What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is 𝐘𝐨𝐮'𝐫𝐞, better known as Coach D, coming at you. And I'm here with one of my teammates, colleagues, students here, Karina. And we wanted to jump on today to kind of give you guys, like a overview or, a viewpoint of Karina, how it's been, when she started online to what happens now, what's going on now. Because a lot of times when we start our business online, we have our trials and everything, but sometimes you think that you're the only one who has these trials, right? And you don't really get to see, the behind the scenes as far as like what other people go through, and it may be similar to some of the things you go through. And sometimes just hearing that can really help you guys kind of go to the next level. Everybody needs a push sometimes, so I wanted to bring on, like I said, Karina. What's going on, Karina? Say hey to the people.
Hey everybody.
And I'm gonna, let Karina tell you guys her story and all that stuff and all everything like that, and of course for all of you guys, I'm streaming this, live. So for all of you guys who don't know me already, like I said, I am a D car lady, better known as Coach D. And what I do is I focus on helping other network marketers be able to create, income in their business by getting more leads and sales power by using the power of social media. Okay. And this is what I do. This is my passion. So I love this stuff. So what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. As you guys tune in live, put down in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. All right. I'm tuning in from Carolina. Karina, where are you tuning in from?
Washington State.
Washington State. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Karina and talk to us, Karina. Let us know, like, what has your journey been like?
Originally, I had heard of making money online through a friend. I was trying to support her. So I purchased her $25 product, but I had absolutely zero clue what I was looking at because it was a digital product. I had no idea. And she couldn't answer my questions either because she didn't know. I was like, okay. So I was working full time at the time. My husband's military, so he was gone. I had my son, and I finally realized like this could be something that I could do. I could still be a mom. I could still have a career, a business, something that I could do. I wasn't, stuck in that, either choose my job or my family. Like this is the 21st century. I shouldn't have to do that was something I realized.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I started doing more research. When we moved here, I stopped working because my husband had to go overseas again. So I took that opportunity to sit down and try and learn what I was doing. And this was April of last year. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know what a lead was at the time. I mean,
You
that's
know what
how
was?
I didn't even know what a lead was. Like
So that's how green you were. So you didn't even
that's
know
how
what a
green
lead
I
was.
was. Like I didn't even know what a lead. Like what's a lead? What's a
Right.
lead? And it's funny is I have spent my entire working 9 to 5 career life in sales. I've sold money. I've sold places for people to live. So, and it was funny because this is a completely different beast, so to speak, in the
Yeah.
simple fact that it is a different mindset
Yes.
is what it is. It is not like
Yes.
something completely unattainable. It's just the way you wrap your head around it is
Right.
how it is, because
I
it's
agree. And I'd like to interject right
complete.
there. I agree with Karina saying, when you get in this thing, if you coming from the just work the job mindset, right? It can kind of make you be like, wait, what? What you saying? Like you have no clue. It's like you said, it's not that it's unattainable, it's just that you have to think about it differently. And
Mhm.
it's something else that you said before too, that I wonder if the audience has went through this. You said that when you got the product, the first product that you got from your friend, right, for 25 bucks, that you didn't know what it was because she didn't know how to explain it to you, right? Has that ever happened to anyone? You put down in the comments, has that ever happened to you where, you had something that you were promoting and you didn't know how to explain it to the other person? Put down in the comments and say, yes, that's me. Because, that happens a lot. And over time, what we figure out is that we figure out a little bit different process as far as don't try and explain everything. Let tools or systems do the explaining, because Nobody is gonna always know every nook and cranny, of the business, and it can leave you out there kind of clueless, like, I don't know, and I don't know where to tell you to get the info. So now you buy this thing, but I don't know what you're buying, so don't ask me, just buy this thing. And it can be quite awkward. So yeah, definitely thanks for sharing that. Go ahead, Karina.
So, like I said, we came here and I started to delve deeper. I think that's when you and I met, or maybe I was following you prior to that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't quite remember that long ago. It's been a while, D. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And some things started coming together, but it was, and I've learned a lot. I've gained a lot of steps, but it wasn't until you had your first class that things just started going off for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe it was just the way you worded it. I don't know if it was having a timeline, a deadline for having to do things that could probably have been it. I mean, I know that's why you implemented it so we can do it, but things started. We've talked before about it. It's this giant million-piece puzzle.
Yeah.
And everything slowly, like originally we try and work on the edges. We know it's supposed to come out to here, and we try and work our way in, into the middle of the puzzle. And there's always going to be those pieces you can't find if it goes sideways, backwards. It might need to be upside down for all I know. But I mean, I get frustrated with puzzles. I'm sorry. So it wasn't until your first class where those puzzle pieces started going into place. And a lot of it also too was your first class gave me the confidence that I needed to be like, hey, if I screw it up, it's okay. I can fix it. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Exactly.
I was explaining this to my accountability partner. It was like, our Facebook profile is simply our storefront. I mean,
Exactly.
when you're doing photo shoots in magazines and they make everything look perfect on the outside, you don't see all the pins and the tucks in the back. You're just trying to get people's attention. Right. And that's what that storefront is. And, it wasn't until your first class that I finally, my leads don't stop coming in. And they're not just leads, is people actually want to talk to me. So those little tweaks that, you were like, you need to do this, that just weren't hitting me before. I was like, oh, hey, okay. People want to talk to me. My inbox is always going. I mean, I don't know if you saw a live that I did yesterday, but I now have to stop myself from answering messages at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow. Now, first, tell people might not know what class you're talking about. Tell them what class you're talking about that you're in of mine.
It's your Facebook leads master class is what I'm in.
Yes, and that's the boot camp. I actually we started that about because we're on class 2. So it's only been like 4 weeks now, because we do it twice a month, and it's 8 classes, right? And I had a cutoff period of when, letting people in. And basically what we're doing is, I'm taking people, who may never have had success before. Maybe they only had a tiny bit of success, but they want to improve, taking them, through the direct steps. Because like Karina said, there's tons and tons of things, right? And all these pieces, right? But when you start getting down to what does it actually take to start getting traction? Traction meaning start getting yourself out there, start getting people who are paying attention to you, like they're paying attention to Karina now, and start having them respond and want to actually message you, right? That's where it starts, And so putting that stuff in an order that people can actually understand, And so that's why you're having, you had that, and like you said, it's not, and some people think like it's magical, like, oh, there must be some magical secret. Sometimes
it felt magical.
Right. You said it felt like magic. I mean, you were like really excited. You were like putting in our private chat, Karina's like, another lead, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, another lead. I'm like, because the time zone is back. And I'm like, goodness gracious, girl. I'm like, yo, you get leads like every day. But it's awesome, to be able to, bring that type of clarity, because obviously, to get it, I had to find it. And then once I found it, I said, yo, I got to bring this, to people who actually truly want this, not just the ones who kicking around and want everything free, because that ain't what it is, but the ones that actually want this. And I mean, so when I saw you, starting to get leads, I mean, we're only on number 2 and we have a total of 8 to go. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, it's right around the corner for
little
it.
pieces I needed that you pointed out, and it was like, it felt magical. It was magical.
And a lot of times people think, Karina, that they're like, it's a whole bunch of different big pieces, and in some cases maybe they just missed all the picture. But a lot of times, what being in a masterclass like that can provide, or having a coach, what that can provide, is those things that may seem small, then that coach can bring them out and like, yeah, I know it's not hard to do, but yeah, it's necessary to do, right? And point it out, because I've been there, you know what I mean? And now that you've been there, guess what? You're going to be able to help people who are joining you in your opportunity and connecting with you, because guys, in a masterclass, we turn out coaches. I don't care if you don't want to be called a coach or whatever, but we turn out elite. So Karina is a coach in the making. I'm just letting y'all know. So y'all better go ahead and get ready, okay? Because you're going to be able to help people just like that. Because now you see it, you're like, oh, I see that little tweak is important, and I see how to do it clearly. So now I'll be able to help other people, that come into your circle to do that, and then they're going to be able to get quicker results. Without all this gimmicky stuff of, oh yeah, make sales in 24 hours, make $1 million in 24 hours, and you putting money in places and all this stuff, and not get no money out, because you're trying to chase, ghosts and dreams. But this is real, right? This is real stuff that works for real people who, didn't see it before. And it's like, now, like you said, leads are magical, right? It's like magical. Leads are coming, So I mean, that is awesome. Go ahead, Karina. I mean, I'm just elated. We got some people in a chat here. Yes. This is one thing that you said, Karina. This is good here. You said that it doesn't have to be perfect, right? That's what Simone is reiterating, and it's good that you said that, Karina. Because tell us what led you to that. How did you come to that conclusion that it doesn't have to be perfect? And, did you used to feel that it needed to be perfect? Tell us about that, because I know a lot of people feel that way.
I used to feel that in order to be able to be the authority figure, as we went over in the first class with you, I had to basically know the ins and outs. And what I did is I had to remember that when I first got into leasing apartments, I didn't know the ins and outs.
Right.
I just had to be able to show them the apartment.
Exactly.
With work, making money online, I'm green. I'm still green. I've only been in this over a year. I'm not going to know everything. And just listening to, and maybe it was just listening to you say that versus me telling myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was, I realized, D is right. And even my 7-year-old Mason, he walked around the house going, D's right. D's right.
Your 7-year-old. Yes.
I'm like, Mason.
He's like, hey,
Mason. You know how he is. He's like, hi, D.
Yeah.
But he literally, and I was like, oh my God. Even my 7-year-old gets this. Well, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
When
a 7-year-old can get it. Come on, guys. Like for real. Like, how much more simpler can it be? If somebody could put something in a way that a 7-year-old is like, yep, that's right. I mean, that's what I wanted to bring. That's what I wanted to bring to the masterclass. Like, shed a lot of that garbage, right? That was just weighing people down. Having you think that you got to have the perfect, Facebook profile. That you got to go and get a photo shoot, that your Facebook cover photo had to have a photo shoot, and you had to have a bikini so you could attract people, or something like that, or that you had to have a blog set up already with your name and all this stuff. nah, you know, and I knew that that wasn't it because I didn't have those things. Excuse me. When I started making money, right, online, I didn't have those things. So I knew that that wasn't right. People will have you thinking that you need all stuff because they want you to run around with it, with, you know, like a chicken with your head cut off, right? You know, they want you to like, oh, well, yeah, you need to buy this thing that automatically makes your cover photos look sparkly. Only $499.99, right? And you're like, oh, if I get that, surely then I'll get leads, right? You know, and it's not all that, but it is some strategic stuff. But it's not all that other stuff. It's like, yo, it ain't got to be perfect. Done. I'm telling you, this is like the best thing I've ever learned right here. Done is better than perfect. Hey, put that down in the comments, y'all. If y'all feeling that, put that down in the comments. Say, done is better than perfect. Okay?
You can always tweak it and edit it later. You can always fix it later. I thought I needed a graphic designer, you know, oh God, I got to fix this and this. And then you were like, we have a deadline. I'm like, crap.
Yes, and I remember that too. Karina was up there like, yeah, I'm like, Karina, so what you been working on? You know, in my chat, I'm like, what you been working on? Oh, I'm working on my cover photo. I'm having a graphic designer. And I'm looking at that message. I'm like, what in the heck is she talking about, a graphic designer for a cover photo? You know, I said, let me go ahead and make sure that this is very clear. That's why, you know, some of the posts that I put up in our masterclass, you know, and some of the things I say on a live, it's like, let me make sure they understand, okay, that this is not a graphics designer moment. You know, this is a your camera and Canva moment for free, not even a pro thingy, you know, about a body, you know, and maybe remove .bg to remove the background, maybe, okay, but that's what this is. This is like a 10-minute jammy, okay, not a 2-week jammy. I'll get back to posting when my graphic designer is finished and I pay him $400. Like, it is not that type of moment, you know. But you're right, that's what you were thinking until, you know, you listen and you're like, and then you listen to your son.
It's just he repeated exactly what you said. Dee's right, Mom. Dee's right. And then he walked away. I'm sitting there going, wait, what?
So he's like dropping the mic on you, right? He's like, she's right.
Boom.
Oh my God.
Like, okay, I'm doing this wrong.
Man, but you saw the difference that made, you know, just doing those tweaks that I taught you guys. And we're only in class 2. Okay, I want you guys to understand that we're only in class 2. There's a total of 8+ classes. Okay, we're only in class 2, and you know, Karina was ever able to go from, you know, missing some key pieces, you know, that she was overlooking, to getting those pieces right, getting out of her head, you know, so to speak. You know how you be in your head overthinking things,
or stuck in training mode because you just keep going.
Yes, because I'm big on that.
I had that problem.
Yes, you did. And I'm big on that. I pay attention to that. It's like if I see one of my elites, you know, and it appears there, and I told you, I said, Karina, I said, I think part of the problem is you're stuck in training mode. Mm-hmm. I said, it's great. Now, don't get me wrong. And I told anyone, look, it's great to buy training, right? Because shit, I buy training like all the time. Like I literally put that in my monthly budget to buy something, right? You know, so yeah, but when you keep buying, right? And you ain't doing, then it's like, whoa, hold up. You know, I'm like, you ain't do your cover photo, but you just said you bought this XYZ training. Yeah, I just bought such and such a training, and I'm going through that, and I'm going through those other videos. And what I even said in the chat, I was like, so you had time to go through the videos. All these, right? I was like, so you had, and I'm like literally like that. So you had time to watch these videos, and buy some more training and watch those videos, but you didn't have time to do your cover photo. You was like, point well taken. I like love your attitude. You like
okay, she made a point. I'm not gonna argue with you.
Right, you're like, point well taken. But you know what? That's what makes it. I'm gonna be real with you. This is no fluff because we're live or whatever. This is some real shit. I've actually said this to my business partner. I said, I love working with Karina. I said, her attitude is why I love working with her. Okay, because it's not a time when I'm like, hey, Karina, you know, man, what's up with this or whatever. You're not like, well, now I'm gonna do it this way. It's like, you know, it's never that. It's like, if you don't understand, you'll ask. But most of the time, you're like, okay, I see what you're saying. Got it. You know, this is literally how you progress, right? Not bucking it all the time and like, no, well, I'm gonna do it this way because I saw this other top earner doing that, right? Meanwhile, your ass still losing, looking at us, okay? So, it's like you gotta, take direction and you gotta trust the process until someone gives you a reason not to trust them. And it's very rare, honestly, that a person gives you a reason not to trust them unless they like stole your money or something. Because even if you say, well, it's not working, that's why I don't trust them. Nah, it's usually the person's not working. They're not listening. They're being hard at it. So I love the fact that you do take direction and you're like, okay, you're right. Let me just go ahead. Let me do it.
Exactly. Boom. You have to do it. The end of the sentences, if you want to succeed, you have to sit down and actually do it. Yes. You can make plans to do it, but you need to actually do it.
Yes. And that's a good point, because a lot of times we get stuck in that I'm gonna do it mode. I'm gonna do it. We sing that song, right? And then we don't do it. We come up with all these excuses of why not, and that's why I said, well, let me start setting some deadlines so they know that, look, this, shouldn't need to be taking this long. What's up? Let's get it. Y'all said y'all wanted it, right? Because literally there's nobody in there for free. Everybody paid something to get in, right? Mm-hmm. So ain't nobody in there on no free ride, right? So I take it serious in a sense of, like, some people you buy into their program and they could really care less if you win or not. They're like, well, I'm getting paid regardless, but me, I'm like, nah, I don't care whether you paid regardless of whatever. Yeah, I'm going to get paid because that's what that is. But I need you to win. And I make no, I don't try and hide the fact that I need people to win, because how in the world is a person going to continue to call themselves a leader if all they're pumping out is people who keep on losing? Whether the person's losing because they ain't doing nothing or whatever, all it looks like is like a whole bunch of people losing. Like, you never pump out any winners. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, I need to win.
I love about you is the fact that, technically speaking, I am your product. I'm the end result of your product that you produced. And your product really shows on the teacher or the creator. And you actually care.
Yes.
You actually care.
Exactly. And I that's how, and it's like, we have to lead by example, so it's like, if I know that that's what the marketplace rewards, if I know the marketplace rewards leaders that are servant leaders that actually care, not just to get the money, and peel off and don't care about all the people who losing, that pay, if I know the marketplace rewards that, if I know that I've been able to shoot up in 2.5 years where it takes other people 5-10 years to get here, right? Then I'm like, well, I know that this is what it is. So I'm going to make sure that I impart that same knowledge on the people that have entrusted their payment with me, because I want you guys to not have this take, 5-10 years like it takes some other people. Like, nah, that ain't what that is. Like, nobody, and I even tell you guys, nobody has 2 years to be talking about, I still haven't made $1,000 total online, and I've been trying my heart out for 2 years. Who got time for that? Nobody got time for that.
No, I don't.
So, that's what this is geared towards. That, yeah, it's, the 8 weeks that we do, but I literally, want, and we have people on our team getting results, and we're only in the second session. This is not well, I'm gonna wait till the class is over, or, till the whole session is over after, the 8 classes, then I'm gonna get to work. Then I might get results. Then I'm a. No. We need some results now, baby. We need them results now, because people, some people are hurting, in this space. Some people really want to win, but they're hurting because they don't have the direction, and that can feel very confusing. Some people quit. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't. I mean, you was a trooper. Like, Karina, like,
hey, baby.
Karina, you're the trooper, man. I was saying, like, even before the class, before I even created this class, right? You be in there, like, yeah, in my free group, and you like, yeah, I'm doing this, and I'm posting over on Instagram, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm like, Karina, keep on trying. I mean, I got to give her that. She wasn't giving up, I got to give her that, and it's not too many people that I actually reach out to directly and be like, I want to work with you, right? Because I don't really I definitely don't cold message people, and people typically come to me. But Karina, if you remember, before the class even, right? This was before you had the baby.
You want me to remember that?
You were pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, you were pregnant. No, I remember. You were pregnant. And I reached out to you. I said, sis, I want to work with you. And you said, hey, okay, wait till I have the baby. It was before you had the baby. I told you then I wanted to work with you. And it's not many people that I reach out and say, hey, I want to work with you. Right? Most people, come to me. I'm like, I want to work with you. Because I knew that if this woman is up here, doing all this stuff and she's not giving up, she's trying, she's doing Instagram, she's doing this, and she's commenting like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, right? If she's willing to keep on trying on her own, I said, I know I can help her, because she already got the gusto. She already got it in her to do it and not make excuses. I never saw you cry about your sponsor. I didn't even, know
I
about
did,
it.
just not online.
Right. Oh, well, see, we didn't see it,
Online.
Right. I never saw you cry about it, complain or nothing, about the sponsor and everything. I just saw you like, yeah, I'm getting some leads over Instagram. Now I just got to figure out these hashtags. And so what the rest of us saw was she trying, man. She trying. So when it came around, I said, yeah, this is going to be what it is. I said, come on, Karina. I said, Karina, what's your goal? Right. And we've talked about it. I said, what is your goal? And I said, okay. I said, I want to help you get that goal. You want to make X amount in a single month. I said, okay, I want to help you get that goal. And we talked about this the other day too. I said, okay, one of the things we got to look at is math, right? Right. I said, we got to look at math. The product that you are backing right now, the only product you're backing at the moment, pays X amount. So to get what you want, you need a whole bunch of these X amounts, right? So we got to position ourselves, but this is the type of conversations that people need to be having, when they enter, some training or some coaching, right? They need to enter some, right? Don't be trying to do everything for free on their own and struggle, and have these type of conversations. Where do you want to get to, and how can we get you there? And how can we be real about getting you there? Not trying to sell a person a hoop dream that, yeah, man, you're going to reach X amount, even though the product that you sell pays you $10. But yeah, you're going to make $3,000 in a month. Yeah, way down the road. But I mean, hot damn. I mean, that's a whole bunch of work. We don't hustle backwards. We don't like to hustle backwards. So yes, I mean, that is amazing. So if you had to say something to the people, watching, who maybe they're in a similar situation that you were before, where they were feeling like it's a whole bunch of pieces, they're not sure how the pieces go together. I mean, what would be your words? What would be your words to that past you, if we will?
That past me also, was raised on the whole, you need to go to college, you need a degree, you need to spend so much. And you need to realize that by getting that college degree, you were investing in yourself. Okay. What makes taking a class to learn how to market any different than paying the money to get that college degree? It's a hell of a lot less expensive. True. I'll tell you that. I mean, I'm barely finished with my associates, and I've spent, let's not go over how much I spent. Definitely a lot, no offense, D, but you're cheaper.
Okay. Is that a good thing? Well, I guess so. Yeah, okay. I guess that's good. But yeah, you're right. It's not different. It's just a different price point, but it has to be done.
It's the way you think about it.
Yes.
There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. That just goes to show my age.
Yeah.
How are you gonna think about it?
Right. Exactly. You're absolutely correct. And we got some comments going down there, guys. Are you guys? And the whole point of this here is hoping that you guys in the comments let us know, is this kind of awakening some of you guys? And
it's magical for you,
right? You know that. Our takeaways here. You don't have to be doing everything perfect. and get some help, right? You don't have to be perfect, and get some help. Okay. Get off the struggle bus. Stop trying to get everything for free. Freemium, right? Free doesn't scale, right? You up there trying to get everything for free. You're only going to get but so much of a person's time for free because they don't work for free just like you don't, right? So, I mean, those are two major takeaways. If this is helping anyone, put down a comment, say value bomb. All right. I know some of you guys will be catching this on the replay, and that's totally cool. But put down the comments, let us know value bomb. And definitely, guys, Karina, tell everyone, moving forward, tell everyone, like, who are you out to serve, right? Tell everybody, who are you out to serve now online and where they can find you.
Well, my goal is to help parents, and specifically parents of kids who still rely on them, to either, make an extra income to help their family, because I know that would make a huge improvement in their families' lives, make an extra income, or even make this their income.
Absolutely.
And you can actually find me on Facebook.
What's your Facebook handle? Because I mean, it might not be Karina. What is it? And so people can.
You can hit me at I think it's Invest with Karina is what I have it as.
Okay, Invest with Karina. You can find her on Facebook, and she wants to help other parents who may be in similar situations, and they want to go ahead and make some money online so that they can spend some more time with their kids. So you guys have it. It's Karina. I am looking forward to some big things, bigger things, excuse me, because we already started some big things. Right. I'm looking forward to some bigger things, and I appreciate you for just allowing us to, sharing your story with us, giving us some hope, right? Giving everybody, in the comments, some hope that, hey, if Karina can, get this clarity that she needs and start getting leads to the point where they're like in her inbox in the middle of the night, you guys can absolutely do it too. All right. Any final words of encouragement, Karina, before we roll out of here?
Just do it.
Not the Nike. Not the Nike, babe. Hold up. We might have to bleep that out. Is that like trademarked?
No, it's not anymore. It's old. But just do it, people. Come on. Quit fooling around. Making excuses. Just do it. Let's just do it. Come on. Let's just the dream is free. The hustle isn't. Let's go. Come on, let's do this.
Boom. Let's go, baby. All right. So we appreciate you guys for coming out. And just remember, one last message for me. Remember, guys, all right, be elite, because average just don't cut it, baby. All right. Other than that, this is 𝐷 and Karina. And what we gonna do, baby? What we gonna do? We go take this ride into the chat. All right. Here we go.